These cars have so much potential that you have to drive like a crazy person every single lap.
After doing his first 10 laps, you know, his eyes were bigger than anything. He said it, you know, it felt like he was driving the Millennium Falcon.
Tell about where we are.
We're at Laguna Seca in Monterey, California, near the end of the season for my rookie year in the IndyCar series. This is the neighborhood for the IndyCar team owners and drivers, and my home is right behind us. Welcome to my home on wheels. We figure out how to maximize space, and with 2 young daughters, that actually has pots in it, so that's for the kitchen. And then, you know, just toys.
So diet's obviously a big thing with you. What's your kind of go-to?
I, by nature, eat everything I shouldn't. So
Really?
Oh yeah, I love sweets, I love carbs. With my motorhome driver Earl and his wife Shell, I just have them help me succeed. So they pre-make food, and they realized within the first week or two that if there are sweets in here, I'm gonna find them.
What happens if you have a long race and something doesn't agree with you? I'd imagine that's happened before, right?
I think growing up in Southern California as I did, and eating spicy Mexican food day in and day out, kind of galvanized my gut. To get to this bus, and it's a substantial investment to have the bus.
Right.
I recall having this hollow motorhome my first year, and the early division, the lower division went out early on the track in the morning. They went by getting onto the racetrack. It scared the fire out of me. Flying out of bed, and so it's nice to have something with some insulation.
NASCAR vehicle, you really need to kind of just be very gentle with the car. It's a big vehicle, a lot of mass, very small tire. These cars have so much potential that you have to drive like a crazy person every single lap.
And I heard braking was one of the things that you most had to get used to.
We didn't really focus on braking much, especially on ovals. Decades of perfecting a skill of carrying momentum is now out the window, and you really got to worry about stopping the car on the time that's set.
He's a 7-time champion, but a rookie. So he's got that enthusiasm. The fact he gets on the radio sometimes, he's going, man, this is so much fun. But then he's got that analytical approach of a 7-time champion.
Honestly, he's got to be a little bit crazy, because I don't think there's many people that would ever try to do what he's been doing. But it's impressive to see, one, his work ethic, but you know, the willing to want to do it, and just his pure love for racing.
What do you think his goals are in IndyCar?
Well, he wants to win a race. You know, he's having a good time, he loves driving the car, but he's not here to play around, he just doesn't do it.
How meaningful was it to you that they came out when they did for the first time you got in the car at Texas?
I think that reflected just the friendship that I have with these guys. They want me to have every tool and resource that I can, but at the same time, they just want to be there and be a part of it.
I was honored to come out there and be a part of it, and then see, you know, his visual expression after doing his first 10 laps. You know, his eyes were bigger than anything. He said it, you know, it felt like he was driving the Millennium Falcon.
It's a fun thing to be doing, to watch this progress with him. We all are benefiting from that. I mean, Alex Palou leading the championship, and he's benefiting from having Jimmie in our team, from Jimmie's sort of wisdom.
I think it's amazing, and the things that I can learn from him, not only on driving, but the work ethic and the mentality of a champion is different. So the difficult thing for him is like, it's a completely different sport. It's like seeing somebody playing golf and going to baseball. So
Do you think we're going to see him on the ovals next year?
I hope so. I'm trying to push him every time. I was like, come on, Jimmie, you need to be here. This is awesome.
You know well what it's like to compete in multiple types of motorsport. What sticks out to you in terms of some of the most notable differences in terms of just maneuvering of the car?
The weight of the single-seater is half of what a stock car is, even less than that. And the power-to-weight ratio is much greater. And for someone that has been so used to a stock car, you have to be careful, you know, about finding the limit.
There's a lot more going on inside the cockpit than he's used to. So, you know, there's a lot of things he has to think about that he wasn't thinking about before. And I mean, you know, he's not 20, obviously. As we all come to find out, the older you get, the harder it gets to learn new things, right?
Bad habits of NASCAR braking up at the top. I ended up with more brake pressure later in the brake zone, which is a big
How was practice?
Practice was good.
And you were second faster than you were yesterday.
I was. It was sleeping on it makes such a difference. I was on the swim team in high school, and my swim coach had us practice our swim strokes, and we'd literally sit there with a stopwatch and know our start, know our turn, whatever the distance was, and we'd try to visualize it and use it. And I've used that technique in racing for my entire life.
Tell me what goes on here.
This is like mission control. There's 3 that sit here and 3 more back there that run and operate all this. And this is just all the telemetry off the car, plus timing and scoring from IndyCar itself. This box on the bottom, IndyCar communicates to the teams directly on it.
He works harder than anybody out here, for sure.
How so?
Physically, I mean, he's always doing something, riding a bike, running, swimming, go-karts. Yeah, he never slows down.
What he's doing is unprecedented. You've had people go back and forth from NASCAR to IndyCar, but not what he's trying to do. Usually it's IndyCar to NASCAR.
This is an opportunity for all the teams to talk about direction for the next practice. So two separate things we're looking at today. Very specifically is qualifying. And starting position here is paramount because it's such a short track and it's tight. There'll be 27 cars out there, so qualifying is real important. And then once we get through that, then focused on the racing, we have that view of how to make the car as good as we can for four line.
The moment each of you knew, you weren't going to have a proper retirement, and how long do you see yourself doing this for?
I feel like every year that I am behind the wheel of an IndyCar, the more competitive I will be. So it's really about providing value to our partners and to the race team, and I'll do it as long as I can.
I'd say the first inclination I had when he got out of the car in Bahrain, I knew the Formula One. I knew that he was really, really happy.
Really? Okay.
He was really excited. It's just this, you could see his wheel spinning and how much fun he had at it when he was getting ready to kind of say, hey, I'm done with full-time NASCAR racing. Quickly after that, he was like, hey, I want to go IndyCar racing. And so we started quickly doing that.
All right, guys, here we are. We got 2 races left. We got a great chance to have a solid day today. Jimmy's doing a great job. Let's have some fun. Jimmy?
Definitely, yeah, make the most of it, 100%, no more, no less. Thank you for all the support over the year and the support you'll give me today. Let's have a great day.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. 48 on 3. 1, 2, 3. 48!
What are your emotions at this point?
Trying to control them, just pumped, fired up. Heart rate's starting to pick up, butterflies are starting to pick up, so it's really just about suppressing those.
Got that guy in front of you by a second. Keep it going. Yeah, great work. 15 to go. 10.5 seconds ahead of you. That's it, man. You're getting them.
Race here today, man. That was really cool. That was fun. Really good. That was a lot of fun. Car looks solid. You look solid. Looks like you're just really comfortable.
Best finish yet. How you feeling?
I feel good. I feel like maybe 15th was where we could have worked our way to, and just to have the competitive spirit I did today and the confidence behind the wheel. Very treacherous track, and it took some courage in a few of those passes to set up and pull them off, and to not overthink it and just kind of react and be in the moment and capitalize on opportunity was really a lot of fun today. So I've been able to have all the fun in the race car, and I hear you're going for a ride soon?
I'm going to be in the 2-seater. Any pointers?
Hang on.
I want to say when you took me out before, it was like 10 years ago at Fontana. You can pedal to the metal as fast as you want to.
It's always pedal to the metal. I don't leave anything on the table.
Just like flying through there, and you feel the car start to spin out a little bit, and you feel the G-forces. It was a great time.